Hi guys, and welcome to another video. My name is Marie and this is my September wrap-up and October TBR. I can't believe it's already like this far into the year. I feel like the year's just started, but it's like autumn now and things are like going so fast. I'm sorry that lately there hasn't been a lot of videos, but they're coming now, and even though they're sort of late, it's because I'm busy. That's like the best excuse that I have. So, but let's get on to the books that I read in the month of September. This month I read 7 books, which is an improvement from my 4 books last month, which was a disaster. The last couple of books was read on the brink before midnight on the 30th, and that was like, damn, because I have so much stuff and then I totally forget, and then the last couple of days I read like 4 books because that's how I roll. Of course, in my little voodoo book, I have written the books down that I read, you probably can't see, in September, and the amount of pages that I read this month was 2,050 pages, so it's better. I got over 2,000 again. So that's good. I am getting out of my reading slump. This is so good. I had some bricks in the way that were like, come on, you can't really start another book until you finish this, but you didn't want to finish it, and it was like a book that had to be read around now, and yeah, I had a couple of those. And the first book that I read in September, which was definitely a brick, was Blood Promise by Rochelle Mead, the 4th book in the Vampire Academy series. This is kind of big, and even though it doesn't take me too long to read, it still takes some time, and the start was not so exciting. I mean, there was a huge cliffhanger at the end of the last book, and I was really expecting to really like this, but it was really slow in the start, so... But I got it done, and when I finally got it done, that's when the flow started. That's when I started reading as much as I could, you know? So, the next 2 books were part of a series. This month was very series, sort of related. I read a lot of series this month. Those 2 books were number 9 and 10 in the A Series of Unfortunate Events series. I will never get tired of saying that. I don't care if you hate it, I will never get tired of saying that. The Carnivorous Carnival and The Slippery Slope. These are, I mean, if you want light reads, go for these books. They are really starting to get excited. You are really digging deep into the sort of mystery that's behind everything, and it is, this one was also really good. So yeah, just getting really excited. The next book I read was a school book. So I don't have it with me. We already handed it in again. It was like a book about drugs and things, and a guy living in Copenhagen with drug problem. I don't know if you know the movie Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise. It was a book very much based upon some of the events or the theme of that movie. So, and it was a Danish book because we only read Danish in school, except for English, but we never read books in English, and that, I'm so tired of that. But that's a rant for another day. And it was called Date med en Engel, which is Date with an Angel in English, by Ronny Andersen. So I finished that. It was sort of good. It was really built up, really weird. I haven't seen it before, but I showed you in my TBR, I think, with the sort of God, my nose is really itchy. It was built up like a movie, so that was what was special about that, but I'll show a picture of it. The next 3 books, and the last 3 books that I read this month was... I did another series and started another series, and this series that I started was a big one that I had on my shelf that I needed to get started, and that was The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I finally cracked the shell on these and started reading, and even though it actually... I didn't expect them because I know that they were short, but I didn't expect like the sort of turn of events in these books to like happen so fast. I had watched the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie, and I felt like really sad that they hadn't made a Magician's Nephew movie, and they haven't made a movie for this one. So the books were The Magician's Nephew, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and The Horse and His Boy, and I can say I caught up. There are a lot of biblical references in these bastards. No, I really like these, by the way. But I feel like really sad that they like totally mucked up something in the movie process. I mean, why not make a movie out of number 1 and like skip from 2 to 4? I don't get it. Like, this one is good. It's like really interesting, and I don't get why they wouldn't do it. Oh well. I really like these. Yeah, glad to finally start this series and see what the hype was about, because I didn't know, and it was really good. So yeah. And now on to the books that I will read next month. For the month of October, I have picked out 8 books that I would like to read. I usually change these around because I'm unpredictable, but there are at least some that I hope to finish. There are 8 books because that's what I usually take, and let's get right into them. This month, I would like to say that I've picked out for this TBR is the month of books that are not too long, because I will be going on holiday, you know, and stuff, so yeah. The first 4 books, and you might think, like, 4 books, isn't that, like, a bit of a mouthful? And I'm like, yeah, it is a bit of a mouthful, but I hope I will be able to do it. I mean, I have a whole month, I should. That is the rest of the Chronicles of Narnia. I have already started the first one, number 4, Prince Caspian, by C.S. Lewis, of course. And I would just like to show this cool bookmark that my sister brought me from China. It's like out of a tree, and there's like these marks on them and stuff. I don't know what it says, but I mean, I just think it's really pretty, and it's like really soft tree, so tree. I always say tree. It's like, oh my god, it's wood. It's like really soft, made of like really soft wood, so. And The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, also by C.S. Lewis. They made this into a movie, as well as Prince Caspian. Like, they didn't skip this one over, but I was like, ugh, it still frustrates me. And number 6, The Silver Chair. And number 7, The Last Battle. So those are going to be exciting. Short but sweet. The next one is a book I have been reading for a very, very long time, but I never even seem to get, like, a chunk out of. I've taken sort of a chunk here, and that is The Time Traveler's Guide to Medieval England. This book is brilliant. You have to pay attention to what it says, like, you have to, like, attentive reading, but it's really good, and I really want to finish it because I'm, like, almost halfway, and when I get halfway, I usually speed up a bit and finish it. So, yeah, maybe finishable, I don't know. Next book is The Grim Grotto by Lemony Snicket, the 11th book in a series of unfortunate events series. They're getting bigger and bigger, but I hope this one is like a definite yes that I will be reading, as well as the Narnia ones, hopefully most of them. The next one is a book I really don't know why I haven't read that yet. Like, it's super short, it's a classic that I really want to read, and it's on my shelf, but I don't get it. I just don't read it. But it is Animal Farm by George Orwell. Like, seriously, it's so short. Like, why am I not reading it yet? But I don't know. And the last book that I want to read in the month of October is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. This is supposedly really good. I mean, I really like the movie, so yeah. I should be reading this too. It's not too long. So I don't get why. It's like, I don't even know myself. So those were the books that I have read in September and want to read in October. I hope you enjoyed the video. Down in the description there is a link to my Tumblr and Goodreads, so if you want to befriend me on Goodreads, that's really awesome. I love Goodreads. And follow me on Tumblr, that would also be amazing. And if you want to leave a comment trying to tell me, like, suggest any books to me, if you have, like, any questions, I will try to remember that I should answer questions because I'm, like, totally retarded. And anything you want to tell me, actually, would be, like, really great. I love getting comments. It's really nice to see what people think. If you have, like, things about the books that I'm going to read or have read, that would be amazing as well. Now I remember long ago, the person probably doesn't even watch my videos anymore, but somebody asked me where this painting was from. And actually, because it's really pretty, and I agree, it is really pretty, it's from a Danish island called Samsø, where I went one summer with my family, and they had, like, a lot of these in, like, different, like, art galleries or something. It's, like, a really cute island. They have, like, the cutest small villages, like, there, and I bought it from one of those. It's, like, depicts, like, how some of the houses in these villages look, and they're like this specific kind of rose that we call bonnerose here in Denmark. So yeah, and I think it's really pretty too. So yeah, that was a question answered. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. Bye!